grew up in a small town up in the state of Washington, and coming right out of high school, going from Seattle down to Denver, I'd never been on an airplane before. So that was my first experience. And then we were at Lowry at the temporary site back in 1957. So showing up there and jumping right into basic training, which the intensity of it was, I guess, the thing that struck me right from the outset. There was no time to do anything other than what they told you to do, and all the drill and all the obstacle course and all the things that you do during basic training. It was a very fast, high-speed train, and you just had to hang on and hope that you could get everything done and make it through. And boy, that last day when you finally finished, that was a great experience. It's like, whew, I finally did it. Time is of the essence. One of the biggest challenges is getting everything done. Time management becomes one of those things that you really have to pay attention to, which means prioritization, doing first things first. Get the most important things done. Probably something's going to have to slip a little bit. That's one of the key things. Academics is very challenging, heavy workload, a lot of difficult courses, so you have to really put your nose to the grindstone. And then, of course, you got all the military training activities, physical education, and sports. I mean, it's just a busy time, but at the same time, you always have opportunities to have some fun. In my particular case, with our class being relatively small, you get to know just about everyone in your class. And those friendships have lasted for ever since. And that's one of the great pluses of your time at the Air Force Academy. One of the great opportunities I had during my Air Force career was to fly. I loved flying. My first exposure was back at the Academy, orientation flights that we were able to do. At that time, we didn't have the sailplane program, which they have now, which is a great experience. I got into pilot training after graduation and then eventually got into flying fighters, which I dearly love to do. Fortunately, I had the opportunity to fly in combat in Vietnam in the F-100, and then a little later got to fly the F-4 Phantom, and then eventually the F-15, and then finally got some time in the A-10. My favorite jet was the one I was flying at the time, but performance-wise, nothing compared to the F-15. Great airplane, state-of-the-art when I was flying it. It's kind of like the F-22 today, and that was very enjoyable. All of those experiences were wonderful for me. To be able to do something that you really enjoy doing and get paid for it, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I was very fortunate. I even actually enjoyed my staff tours, too. I got the privilege of spending a couple of tours in the Pentagon and on the staff at Tactical Air Command and on the staff over in Air Forces in Europe at Ramstein. All in all, it was a great career. I wouldn't have changed anything. First thing that happened is we flew into Denver and they lost my hang-up bag that had all my uniforms in it. So I got to start off my first day on the job in civilian clothes. But fortunately got all of that recovered. Never did get that hang-up bag back, but got new uniforms and everything, and away we went. I had been in the operational Air Force for 20 years. Coming back as the commandant really reconnected me. And it's a great job. The day-to-day interaction with all the cadets. By that time, about 20% are women. In my opinion, the women did a great job. They were very eager to succeed, and they worked hard. I give them a lot of credit. My simple advice to future graduates of the Air Force Academy is, number one, do the best job you can do in whatever job you have. It's going to take hard work. You never get anything free. So you have to apply yourself, do the best job you can, because every job is a great job if you make it one. And don't be looking ahead to the next one while you're still in this one, because this is the one you have to be focused on. Well, giving back, I think, is critically important. Giving back in a number of ways, not only to the academy, but to your community, to your church. That's one of the real rewards and benefits of your retirement years. I started serving on the AOG board shortly after I retired. Served for, I think, 6 years. That was very rewarding. Again, kept me connected to the academy, which I wanted to do. Giving back to me is one of those things that is rewarding. It's something that I think a lot of graduates do. Part of that is the values we learned at the academy. The idea of working hard and then giving back and helping others, that's just part of our culture.